Bola woke up with a rare lightness in her chest, her face illuminated by the early morning sun that poured through the curtains of their upscale apartment in Ikoyi. It was a feeling she hadn't had in months, hope. It crackled in her chest like electricity, bubbling with the excitement of purpose regained. She stood by the kitchen island, holding her phone, reading and rereading the text that had just come in. A job. Her job. They wanted her back. Honey. She called out, practically skipping toward the bedroom where Ola, her husband, was tying his tie. He barely looked up from his phone. "That's great," he muttered, distracted. He gave her a quick kiss on the cheek, more out of habit than affection. "Emergency at the office. We'll talk later." And then he was gone. The door clicked behind him, and silence followed. Bola stood frozen, the excitement draining slightly. She hadn't told him the whole thing, not just any customer service job. She was being assigned to the company's most prestigious five-star hotel desk, a post reserved for only the best, a post that meant something, but he hadn't stayed long enough to hear it. Still, she chose joy. She got ready in her best corporate wear, her hair perfectly done, her smile practiced and ready. She looked at herself in the mirror, eyes glistening. Today was a fresh start. The hotel lobby was as grand as ever. Polished marble floors, crystal chandeliers. Guests who walked and dressed like they belonged in luxury. Bola took her place behind the counter, the soft scent of lilies from the decorative vases filling the air. She smiled at guests, greeted them with poise, resolved complaints with grace. She had always been good at this. It felt like coming home. The staff whispered among themselves in pleasant surprise. The chairman's daughter was back, not as a visitor, but as one of them. Bola never pulled rank, never reminded them of who she really was. She worked like anyone else. And then, late into the afternoon, the glass doors of the hotel opened again. A tall man walked in, expensive suit hugging his frame, his eyes fixed on the phone in his hand. Beside him, a stunning woman in designer clothing held onto his arm, giggling. "Babe, order for us," the man said, eyes still glued to the phone. "I'll finish this call." The woman rolled her eyes playfully and stepped up to the counter. Bola had already seen him. Her smile didn't falter. She stood straight, her eyes calm. "Welcome. What would you like?" Ola looked up, and everything stopped. His heart lurched into his throat. For a moment, he couldn't breathe. Bo. Bola." She gave him a gentle nod, her expression unreadable. He stammered. We should go. Now." His girlfriend frowned, confused. "Go? Why? We come here almost every day. For the last 2 years. Why now?" Bola's smile remained, her hands folded neatly on the desk. 2 years, she asked, her voice silky. The girlfriend looked proud. 3 years, actually. We're getting married next month. Ola closed his eyes for a brief moment, visibly pale. "Oh, congratulations," Bola said, voice as warm as ever. Her eyes flicked to her husband. "No, ex-husband in a few weeks." The girlfriend grinned. "Thanks. Are you married?" Bola gave a small shrug. "I used to be. But I'm getting divorced." Ola's knees buckled. He grabbed the edge of the desk. The girlfriend looked confused, then horrified, slowly putting the pieces together. "Wait, this is your wife?" Bola's smile was calm. Was. Ola collapsed into one of the lobby chairs as Bola excused herself politely. The girlfriend backed away, visibly uncomfortable now that she understood the gravity of what had just happened. Bola went into the back office, her hands still steady even as her heart raced. She hadn't known, not for certain. She had suspected. Late nights, distant kisses, the smell of a woman's perfume on his clothes. But seeing it this way, this publicly, gave her clarity. Finality. Ola had met her back in university. He had been charming then, ambitious. She had been quiet, intelligent, the heir of a powerful conglomerate no one knew she belonged to. She had wanted love for love's sake. So she kept her family's name quiet. He had married her, loved her, or so she thought. But the higher he climbed in the company, the more distant he became, the more invested in appearances, and apparently in other women. What he didn't know was that her father had placed him in a favorable position because of her. That his job, his salary, his access to power, all of it had come because of the silent pull of a father-in-law's invisible strings. And now, those strings were being cut. The divorce papers were already drafted. Her father had known for weeks and had quietly begun the process of removing Ola from any essential company decisions. Bola hadn't even needed to ask. Her father had watched her suffer in silence and decided enough was enough. She walked back into the lobby and found the girlfriend gone. Only Ola remained, still sitting, looking stunned. "Why didn't you tell me?" he whispered. "You never listened," she replied gently. "I didn't know you were assigned here, that you were coming back." "You didn't ask." He looked up, tears threatening his eyes. "You were the chairman's daughter all along." She tilted her head, a sad smile forming. "Did you love me? Or just what being married to me brought you?" He said nothing. Bola straightened her blazer. "You don't need to answer. I already know." She turned and walked away. And Ola sat there, watching the only woman who had ever truly cared for him walk out of his reach forever. That evening, Bola met her father for dinner. The restaurant overlooked the Lekki Lagoon, the lights shimmering like stars in the water. "You did well today," her father said, pouring her tea. She smiled. "I just did my job." "You handled him with grace." She shrugged. "He made his choices." Her father studied her. "And now?" She exhaled deeply. "Now, I choose me." And for the first time in years, Bola meant it.